Sing it. You're making me happy. It's okay.
Hannah's story is so helpful for the community to see.
She has had an extremely complicated hospital course.
This was a healthy teenage girl who got COVID, and then it took a toll on every system in her body.
I went 44 days without holding her. I couldn't hug her or... So, I would say that was the worst day, because it was like... I got her back, but they took her away again. And not the hospital, but COVID took her away again.
December 15th is when I first went into a hospital.
They told me that she was a 17-year-old with 75-year-old lungs.
I remember just being there and like not being able to breathe.
So we got in the hospital on Wednesday. She was intubated on Sunday. Early Monday morning, we arrived at Helen DeVos. Tuesday morning, they came to me and they said, it's time to put her on ECMO, which at that point I had no idea what ECMO was. I literally thought it was a treatment that they would come in and do daily, did not realize that it was a life-saving machine. And Hannah was on ECMO for 41 days. So it was very touch and go. Amazingly, just like she has done, is she decides when it's time. When she's done, she's ready to be done. So and we started taking care of the other things. Just a very, very long journey. And then they told us that she was ready to make the last leg of the journey, which was to come to Mary Free Bed. Hannah, you ready to wake up and start your day? Okay.
She came over to Mary Free Bed on a vent 24 hours a day.
It's a tube connected to your throat, really. And I see that as in like, it sounds like it's huge, but it's not. Like my tracheal is like really small.
She, at that point, was not using a speaking valve in line with the ventilator.
So a speaking valve is a valve that we put on the trach, allows them to draw air in through the trach, and then it closes off as a one-way valve. As soon as they exhale, it closes, and then they're able to speak.
The speaking valve itself restores sensation to your upper throat, so it helps with swallowing. It helps with ventilator weaning too, so it was a huge step in that process.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, how cool is it that she could so quickly start using her verbal communication? And I think that in itself just gave Hannah a lot more of her power back, which is important, you know, for a teenage girl to have her voice during a medical event like this.
Being able to have a patient work simultaneously on their respiratory goals with like vent weaning and eventually, you know, hopefully decannulation, while also working on like their functional goals, I think it's incredibly helpful for a patient's overall functional status.
It's scary because you haven't done it for so long. I couldn't hold a cup, I couldn't hold anything because I had the tremors really bad in my hands. But as I slowly went through occupational therapy and physical therapy, I was able to be more steady with stuff.
She is regaining all of that she had before. You're doing it, girl.
My legs, I couldn't move them on my own.
She had this drive, like, I want to go, I want to go.
She has overcome all of that, and she's leaving here off a vent, eating and drinking a regular diet, and being able to have the full mental capacity to make decisions for herself.
Even though we've lost a chunk of time because of this illness, it's not going to take her. It's, you know, Mary Free Bed's going to give her back her life.
think that day is today.
Hi, it's Hannah. I finally was able to go to graduation. I stood up at graduation showing from where I came from, where I could barely even move my legs, to now being able to walk and stand. And so getting that diploma really showed that I worked hard